We are doing double duty today. Those of you who are watching on YouTube and LinkedIn are getting a bonus because I have been doing all week long, I have been doing a Taste of Joy live on Substack. Look at that. Hillary is here. Hey, Hillary, how are you? Gorgeous. A Taste of Joy. What does that mean? So on Friday, tomorrow, April 17th, I am officially opening cart for Joy Reclaimed, which is a 21-day activation to help you reclaim your joy, expand your joy, lead from joy. And so the taste of joy is all of the different tactical, practical ways that being more joyful and choosing to lead with embodied joy impact your life and your business and your level of success. So we're just sharing all sorts of fun, different ways to bring joy into your life and how it makes a difference. So, we are double dutying today for Live with Heather Vickery. We're talking about what if it all works out perfectly, which is a fantastic partner with today's Taste of Joy, which is joy as permission. What? What if it all works out perfectly? Joy as permission. So that's my number 4 taste of joy. For those of you who are new, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you aren't familiar with me, hey, Kevin, welcome. I'm a transformation coach, and I help people go from where they are to where they want to be by embodying more ease so that they can have a less pressure filled life and a more pleasurable one, so that you can feel like you're carrying more but holding less. We do that through embodying joy. I do it through NLP techniques, through human design, and all sorts of other cool tricks up my sleeve. This little hair is driving me crazy. I need to not focus on it, but I can't. Anybody else like that? Is it just me? Um, so everything I do is designed for successful people who don't feel successful. Everyone tells you you are. Things are working. They love you. They love you on the socials. People look at you and go, "Wow, look at what this person is doing." And I have this experience myself all the time. Look at what this person is doing. That's amazing. And you don't feel it on the inside. Or maybe you do, but it still feels too hard. Everything's a struggle. Nothing's easy. You don't feel successful. It doesn't feel exciting or aligned. So I come in and I help you restructure so that you feel fucking fantastic in everything you do. And more importantly, that it is aligned, it is joy led, and it is truly helping you connect with yourself in the ways that you want to most show up in the world. So I'm glad you're here. I am excited. I want to shout out quickly all of my Substack folks. If you are an annual subscriber on Substack, you get free access to Joy Reclaimed, which is the 21-day activation. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to talk more about it here at the end of um, our live show today after we do EFT tapping, after all that fun stuff. So stick with me. Don't go anywhere yet because it's going to be really fantastic. And I'm super excited to share it with all of you. I want you to know something that's really important. Panic is a terrible navigator. Panic is a terrible navigator. Worry, stress, concern, if that's what you're leading with, that's what you're going to get more of. You are not going to achieve your goals, and you're certainly not going to feel good doing it if your motivation is panic, stress, joy, or fear, all of that. If you're waiting for the final shoe to drop, it's probably going to drop. It's going to feel like shit. And not only that, you've spent all of this time leading up to it terrified. My grandmother used to use the term "don't borrow trouble." And I really like that. And here's why I like it. Because if you're spending all of your time worrying about something that doesn't exist yet, you're borrowing something from a future that may or may not exist. And you're also creating it. So, what my grandmother didn't know that I do because I'm certified in NLP is that what you focus on grows, right? It's the quantum physics of it all. What you focus on grows. And if you're focusing on what could go wrong, you're going to get a lot of what could go wrong. What if you change it? What if something as simple as, but what if it all works out perfectly, could open up all those doors? So I'm not suggesting that you can just instantly get rid of that fear, that stress, that anxiety, that worry, or that concern. Those things are there. You're a human being. It happens. But what if, when those thoughts and ideas appear, you immediately pause, take a breath, and say, okay, but what if everything works out perfectly? and you just consistently reframe to that. And you walk around your house just kind of chanting to yourself a mantra, affirmation. What if everything works out perfectly today? What if everything works out perfectly today? Here's what actually happens when you do that. You're subtly reprogramming your subconscious mind to look for possibility, to look for things that could work. You start to show up more creatively. You're engaged differently. You feel more excited about what you're doing because instead of feeling like you have the blinders on and you know this is going to go bad, your body, your mind is starting to think, well, maybe it won't. Oh, right? So resilience is the number one key indicator into whether or not a person will be successful. And resiliency is all about trying new things, getting up again and doing it differently and seeing what happens and learning your lessons and then applying those lessons. And something as simple as shifting to, but what if it all works out perfectly, is a power play. It will change everything. And the reason that I'm even having this conversation is a really, really dear friend of mine was going through a very stressful experience, and they reached out and said, "I need to talk to you. You're the only person I know who won't judge me. I'm in this really stressful situation." And this is what we changed. Instead of focusing on all the shit that was hard, all the stuff that could go wrong, all of the fear and the worry, this is it. I said, all I want you to do is every time those thoughts come into your mind, I want you to reprogram yourself to say, but what if it all works out perfectly? But what if it all works out perfectly? And this is the key. We have to be willing to let go of how it's going to work out perfectly and simply put our energy into that end result. Because do you really care? Do you really care how it works out perfectly as long as it does? And that is the energy and the focus and that I put all of my manifesting energy onto. Now, with this same friend, I also said, "Hey, let's do a virtual hypnosis session because you need to rest. You need to do some recalibration." And that was a truly powerful experience for this particular person who doesn't do this woo woo NLP stuff. So if you're new to this, if you're like, okay, Heather, crackpot, I'm not into that. I understand. I just want you to try it because it will work, because it does work. And yes, Kevin, mindset completely dictates everything. We start with a mindset, but when I bring in the NLP tools, then we are taking, because if mindset alone would get us where we wanted to go, we would already be there by now. But you have to decide to shift your mindset, to shift it to what if it all works out perfectly? That's a mental decision. I'm going to focus on something different. And if you really want to drive that home, that's where the NLP work comes in, right? We do subconscious reprogramming to let go of, to release and unwire all of those limiting beliefs, limiting behaviors, limiting decisions that are keeping you stuck in thought patterns and behavior patterns that don't work for you, right? They're not getting you where you want to go. Panic and stress aren't getting you where you want to go, but why are panic and stress your go to? Now, some people are wired that way. We can shift it. And some people have become wired that way because of the experiences in their life. Past experiences have dictated, I need to behave this way to protect myself. And I get that. So, this is where you can say to yourself, it's like an old SNL skit, self, thank you for protecting me. Thank you so much for all of the things that you have done in the past to protect me, but I don't need you to do that anymore. I need to let that go. I don't want that anymore. It's not helping me. It's not serving me. Then you work with someone like me to do NLP reprogramming, subconscious reprogramming, and it is a powerful experience. I have been able in my life to achieve a perspective of trusting that the universe has my back, that things are always going to work out in my best interest because the evidence shows that they always have, that they always will, as long as I'm willing to take a deep breath and trust the process. So in the morning, when I wake up, I say to myself, everything is working out perfectly. Everything is always working out perfectly. Everything I desire desires me. The outcomes adjust as abundance flows because everything always works out perfectly. And I put my hand on my heart when I say that, and I really feel it, and I breathe it, and I move through the day with it. And I trust that everything will, because everything always has. And if you are somebody who it hasn't always worked out perfectly, we can shift that narrative as well. We can shift because what you focus on grows. And I want you to be able to choose things that serve you and that you desire, right? And you got to let go of the how. And you're listening to this and you're thinking, give me something tactical, Heather. Join me for Tuesday office hours, or set up a discovery call with me, or join me for the 21-day joy reclaimed activation experience. Cart opens tomorrow, but the experience starts on May 4th, Monday, May 4th. Because in this process of reclaiming joy, expanding our joy, learning to lead from joy, you will naturally start to shift the way you show up, the way you think about things, the way you embody things. It's it works. It works, right? You've got to be able to shift your focus, change your energy, change what you're putting your energy towards in order to get the things that you most desire. If you focus on the negative, you're going to get the negative. It's just as simple as that. That's how it works. So, I promise the fourth taste of joy today as well. And what that is joy as permission. So many of us sit around and wait for permission to whatever, have fun, take a break, go rest, see a movie, listen to music that you like, write that book, start that podcast. You're waiting for permission. Well, first of all, I'm inviting you to give yourself permission. And here is something super hands on and tactical I've done with clients for the last decade. Go ahead and write yourself a permission slip. Literally, I, Heather Vickery, give myself permission to dance around the house, to Harry Styles' new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, whenever I want. And I will trust that that brings me more joy. And when I show up with more joy, I show up more engaged, I get better results, and everyone's happier. Give yourself permission. Kevin Chung, give myself permission to have a blast interviewing really cool kick-ass authors and then write my own book about it. Whatever. I just made that up for you, Kevin. I don't really know if that's one of your goals, but you can write it out in your own handwriting, even if you don't like your own handwriting. I don't like my own handwriting, so I get it, but write it out because there's some really powerful mind body physics that work there. If it comes out of your mind and you handwrite it, things pattern onto you more easily. Here's the thing about joy as permission. When you give yourself permission to start the new thing, to stop something that you don't like anymore, to have fun, to play, to trust yourself, to live more freely, to step up into some adventure, to say no, to set boundaries. When you give yourself permission to do whatever it is you desire doing, you will be more joyful. You create more joy. If you are a conscious leader, if you have people that report to you, and you shift to joy as permission, joy in general, like what about what we do here at the XYZ company um, doesn't feel good? What part's a drag? How can we shift it and change it so that it feels easier and more joyful? Asking yourself those tactical questions shifts things. What do we need to give ourselves permission to believe or not believe? Stop believing. What happens if you stop believing something that you have felt is absolutely true? Has to be done like this. What if you give yourself permission not to do that anymore? That's like crazy, right? It's mind blowing. It's really, really cool shit. What you focus on grows. So joy as permission. So we have done our taste of joy. We did joy as fuel. Joy gives you energy. It gives you motivation. It gives you excitement. The more of it you experience, the more of it you get to experience. Just like gratitude, the more of it you see, the more things you have to be grateful for. So we did joy as fuel. We did joy as skill, right? Joy is a skill. How you it is something you can build over and over and over again if you choose to, which is super fun, super cool. Um we did, let's see, hold on a second. I got to remember the third one. What was yesterday's? Does anybody remember yesterday's? Were you here yesterday? Were you here? Joy is a skill. We did joy is fuel, joy is a skill. Where did it go? Oh, and joy is relief. I love that. Joy as relief because something happens when you choose to lead with joy. You exhale as a human being. You show up feeling like more things are possible, more things are exciting, more things are attainable. Also, your system, your nervous system is regulated in a way that just feels more exciting, right? Joy as relief. You can feel more relief, less tension, less stress, more relief when you start with joy. What if you have your dessert first? What if you play first? What if you allow yourself to do the fun things first and then get to work? What? We don't live in a society that welcomes that. You got to check off, you got to do the things, you got to do the hard work, check off all the shit, and then you get to play or be joyful or have pleasure. Flip that shit on its head. So we have joy is relief, joy is fuel, joy is skill. And today is number 4, a taste of joy, which is joy as permission. How much more joy can you bring into your life and the lives of the people around you, the people that you care about, if you give yourself permission to experience joy and to make things more fun and to do whatever it is that you're dreaming and desiring? It works and it's here for you. So let's talk about Joy Reclaimed. This is a 21-day activation that is going to help you reconnect with the joy that's been waiting inside of you. Maybe you're reclaiming it, maybe you just need to expand it. And we're going to use it as a tool for alignment, agency, and expansion. So, what's going to happen? On May 4th, we are going to do a live activation workshop that is going to be about 70 minutes long. This is your biggest time commitment in the entire 21 days. So, this live workshop, which you can have as a replay, if you can't make it live, that's okay. We're going to do some somatic work, some relaxation in our body, really understanding where our blocks are physically in our body. We'll do some thought provoking journaling and conversation. I'm also going to take us through guided EFT tapping, as well as a group guided hypnosis session. All of this, all of Joy Reclaimed follows the ease pathway. So this is phase 1. This live workshop on May 4th is phase 1. And that's all about explore. So ease stands for, ease is the pathway I take people on to go from pressure filled to pleasurable, right? So ease is explore. And then we have A, which is align. S is shift and sustain. And then the next E is embody and expand. So the workshop is the first E. This is what we're exploring. We're opening up. We're setting these patterns on to truly get you ready for this 21-day experience, this 21-day activation. After that, your only commitment is to pick one of 3 audios inside a Google Drive. Each week, we have a different folder for you to select from. So we're doing the A, align, the S, shift and sustain, and then the final E, which is embody and expand. You get to pick from a subliminal audio, an EFT guided EFT tapping audio, or a self guided hypnosis audio. Everything can be consumed in 15 minutes or less. I'm keeping it super tight. You listen to one of those audios every single day for 21 days. And in partnership with that, there's a Telegram group that you can join. We want you to join. Check in every day. I did my audio. I listened to the subliminal. I did this. I did the hypnosis. I did the EFT tapping, whatever you want it to be. Build your community. Start to talk about how you're feeling, what's showing up, what you're recognizing. Where are you feeling more joy? Where are things expanding? Are you selling more things? Are you engaging? Are you getting your dream podcast guest? Are you starting to write your book? Whatever it is, right? We're going to talk about it in this group because the subconscious mind loves repetition, which is why we're going to listen every day for 21 days. And also 21 days, 3 weeks. That's how long it takes to build a habit. The other cool thing is you're going to have access to these audios in perpetuity. They are yours. You get to keep them, revisit them as much as you want, because the more you expose yourself to it, the easier it is to lean in to all of this. Give yourself permission for all of this joy. So Joy Reclaimed is a 21-day activation that's just for you. It's going to be amazing. It's $97 unless you are an annual subscriber on Substack. Annual subscribers on Substack get to join for free, and my Substack annual subscription is only $60. So that is a huge cost savings. Plus, there will be other benefits, other awesome things I'm offering to folks who are specifically annual subscribers. I want that. I'm building community. This is one of the reasons I'm doing this. A, it excites me. B, I know it's going to change your life. I'm super fucking excited about that. And C, I'm really actively working to build community. And this is one of the ways that I'm doing that. And that's why I'm including it for free for anybody who is an annual subscriber on Substack. Do you have any questions? I want to answer all of your questions about it. I think it's going to be so much fun. Cart opens tomorrow, April 17th. But if you're an annual Substack subscriber, you're just in. I'll send you an email. You'll get all the details. There you go. So we're gonna have a great time with that. I'm really, really excited. Can you tell? Like I'm really, really excited because the container works. I want to give props to my pal Julie Costa. She is my NLP trainer. I was in her Anchored program, and it was game changing. And she's been doing something very similar to this. And I said, Julie, do you mind if I sort of co-op this and put my joy brand on it? And she was like, No, I love that idea. It's great. So thank you, Julie, for being awesome with that. Okay. Y'all, who's ready for some EFT tapping? Are you familiar with EFT tapping? So, this is emotional freedom technique. We're going to tap on all of the different meridian points. And we're specifically tapping today for that what if it all works out perfectly approach. I do a live EFT tapping at the end of every single weekly live show. So, my Thursday, 12 p.m. Central live show. You can always come back and watch it. It's going to be super, super cool. This is amazing. So this is a sample of one of the 3 types of audios you'll have access to inside the Joy Reclaimed container. When I'm doing this, I always like to suggest we start by like moving our body a little bit, rolling your shoulders right before I do any sort of subconscious reprogramming. I want people to drop into their bodies, stretch your arms. Oh, it feels good because I sit at my desk all day. I don't know about you guys. I'll bet you do. And we just don't pause to do this. It doesn't take very long. One of my favorites is clenching your shoulders up as high as you can. It's not a very sexy look, but it works. But then when you release it, the release feels so good. And once you've done that to the degree that feels good, I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and out with a huff. Do one more in through your nose and out with a huff. And now put your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your left. And repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. All right. So now we're going to do the EFT tapping. We start on the karate chop point. You can use one hand or the other, your choice. And you're tapping just like this. And you're just going to follow along with me. And again, repeating either out loud or in your mind. Now, when we're doing the karate chop point, this is where we release the truth. We release the negative. We release the ick, the stuck, the limiting beliefs. So even though I can keep waiting for things to fall apart and panic or worry seem to be a default setting, I'm ready to let that go now. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though my focus keeps going straight to what could go wrong, I'm ready to let that go now. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I find it really difficult to just trust that things will work out right, I'm open to this possibility. I'm excited to explore it. Then we're going to move to the inner eyebrow point. I'm done waiting for the final shoe to drop. I know that what I focus on grows. So I'm choosing to focus on hope and possibility. Moving to the side of the eye. Again, you can do one side or the other or both. When I focus on what could work, what could go right, when I focus on everything working out perfectly, I feel more excited. I feel more joyful under the eye When I feel more excited and joyful, I'm more creative in solving problems. I show up differently and I get better results. Under the nose. Something as simple as deciding maybe everything will work out perfectly. What if everything works out perfectly can change everything? Under the mouth. It's safe to trust myself. I'm safe to believe that wonderful things can happen for me, and I don't need to know how. I don't have to pretend everything is fine. I simply have to ask myself, what if everything works out perfectly? Collarbone. Some people like to do it like this, your choice. I am more resourceful, more creative, and more supported when I believe in hope and possibility, when I lead from joy. Because what if everything works out perfectly? Under the arm. I don't have to know how things will work out perfectly. I simply have to stay open to the belief that they will. Because I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Top of the head. What if it all works out perfectly? This is my new mantra. Anytime fear or stress or panic or anxiety show up, I choose to reframe and say, what if everything works out perfectly? And then be willing to find out. Because I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. You can gently stop tapping, take another deep breath in and out, and just release that need to control and to worry. Trust that your focus and your resourcefulness will guide you into the right direction. Remember that what you focus on grows. And I hope you'll choose to focus on hope and joy and possibility, because what if it all works out perfectly? I think it just might. How exciting is that? I so appreciate you being here with me today and sticking it out. We've had some awesome folks join here on Substack. This is a reminder that if you are an annual subscriber on Substack, you get to do my 21-day Joy Reclaimed experience for free. And I promise you, if you do it, if you join us, you will lead from more embodied joy. You will feel more joy. You will be more excited. You will expand your joy, all of that goodness. So I hope you'll join us. Go right now. My annual subscriber rate on Substack is $60, but the Joy Reclaimed experience is $97. So save your money. Come and join us. I'm going to be back tomorrow with my number 5 taste of joy. So we've been doing those live shows. I'm only doing them during the week, not on the weekend, because I got to rest. It brings me joy. But I'll be back tomorrow with a short live for my 5th taste of joy. If you have any questions, if you want to connect, send me a DM, leave a comment. I love it. I appreciate you. I'm so excited to be here connecting with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Heather Vickery, and I'm here to help you go from a pressure-filled life to a pleasurable one with more ease. And I hope that you're going to choose yourself bravely, because, darling, you are so, so worth it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.